But Rod, until he circles back, I really want to spend some time chit-chatting with you about what you felt like were some of the highlights of this auction.
Well, obviously the Delahaye.
Oh,
right?
yes.
I
Well
mean,
over $1 million bucks.
I mean, that was the start of the show.
yeah, custom bodied car.
Cover car for a reason.
Yeah. So obviously that's a highlight. But what I like about this sale, the enthusiast sale, and we mentioned it before, it's for enthusiasts. So you get 7-figure $1 million cars, and you get the VW Outlaw Samba Porsche-powered bus, which I thought was
super cool.
Fantastic.
We did. Kayla and I got to drive that on stage.
Yeah, how cool is that?
That was super neat.
Something that I think is so special, you just kind of said it, Rod, is the fact that this is for enthusiasts. Whether you're an average Joe or you're a pro, when it comes to the car world, there's kind of a little something for everyone. And leading up to this main event of the Enthusiast Auction is the Enthusiast Tour. Rod, let's say someone's never been to Auburn, Indiana for the tour or the auction. What would you say to them right now in terms of them getting to come back next year?
Get here. Figure it out. It is so much fun if you're an enthusiast at all. And like I said, it doesn't matter if you've got a super big-time car. It doesn't matter if you drive
an Miata.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Correct.
Yeah.
Any car. If you're a passionate car person and you have a cool car, a good collectible car that you want to come out and share experiences and times with, it's phenomenal. Everybody that's been on the tour has had a blast, and it keeps getting better every year.
I can attest to that.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you've been every year.
I mean, it's been amazing. This year was spectacular, and you need to be a car enthusiast. You can be a food enthusiast or just an experience enthusiast. I mean, think about all the stuff we did this year alone. We got to eat some of the finest food I've ever had, maybe in my life.
Yeah, we did.
And then tour the Notre Dame Stadium in a way that not everybody gets to tour it. That was only available through Worldwide's Enthusiast Tour.
Right.
I mean, absolutely spectacular. And then, of course, that all culminates into this spectacular Enthusiast Auction.
And I think going from there, we need to talk about what's ahead. Rod, what's next?
Well, Labor Day, right? That's the flagship, right? And what people know and recognize Auburn for. I mean, the birthplace of the auction business, the collector car auction business. So we're the longest running auction in the world. So
I'm trying to flag down John Kruse over here. There he is.
Several days of non-packed fun and cars and people and more food.
Oh, my gosh.
And more cool stuff. And so the history of Auburn is phenomenal. The ACD Fest, all of it. There's just so much going on.
Well, that's what's so great about the Auburn auction is you kind of have that whole week lead up to Labor Day weekend. You said you got the ACD Festival, you got the Auburn Cord-Duesenberg Museum, you've got the Ford Museum. Such unique experiences here in Auburn. See, I told you he would find a live camera. That's just the way John Kruse operates. John? How about some recaps here for us? What'd you think?
Well, I thought it was a fantastic day. It was a lot of fun. And I think
that's not what Rod said.
Well, it was fun for me anyway. But I think there are a lot of great cars went to a lot of great homes.
What was your favorite that went across the block today?
The 34 Cadillac, 146-inch wheelbase, Fleetwood bodied, only one in the world.
Yeah.
Spectacular car. And one of the reasons it's spectacular is because it's a 21,000 actual mile car that's never been pulled apart. And for those car fans out there, when you don't take a car apart, it always drives better. So it's a phenomenal driving car. You can use it, and that's what these cars were built to do.
You know, I'm not going to lie. So we went into the auction here today, and I said Shades of Love was my favorite. But then I got, But then I got to ride in the back of that Rolls Royce, that 2008 Rolls Royce with Elliot as my chauffeur. Yes. And I think I'm walking away thinking I need a Rolls Royce.
Well, I think you need a chauffeur.
You need a chauffeur.
That's true. That's what I got Elliot for.
When you get that hooked up.
And I apologize for startling you fellas with the revving of the M4, but it needed to be done.
Well, again, you talk about collectible cars, and a car that in later in life, it's the production numbers are so low on that car now that
and it had the special wheel option.
$15,000 alone on the wheels, guys.
Everybody asks, what's the future classic? What can I buy now for later? That's going to be more money, and that kind of car is what you got to look for.
Yes.
John, you joined us just as we were talking about Destination Auburn, the big Auburn auction Labor Day weekend. We were talking about it with Rod, and he was talking about just how special Auburn, Indiana is. It's that quintessential Midwestern town that everyone has to see and come experience for themselves. But what would you say makes the Auburn auction just so darn great?
Well, Auburn is built on passion for the automotive industry. And I can tell you one thing for sure. If you're watching today, There is no more passion for any auction in the world
Got that right.
than our auction right here in Auburn, and that's why I think it's America's favorite auction.
It is.
And if you want to have fun and you want to enjoy yourself in a, really refined, curated setting, this is it. Don't miss Auburn. It is really something special.
Well, as I was mentioning, you've got the ACD Festival, you got the Auburn Court Duesenberg Museum, you've got the Ford Museum, you've got the swap meet, you've got the car corral, and then, of course, the premier event, the Auburn Auction. So mark your calendars right now, Labor Day weekend 2023. On behalf of all of us here at Worldwide Auctioneers, we thank you for joining us here on Worldwide TV in Auburn, Indiana. We'll see you Labor Day weekend.
We'll see you guys there.